Yunica has been through a lot as she has ascended Darm Tower. She entered as a mere knight's apprentice, ended up becoming stronger, discovering her father was killed, managing to acquire his Crimson Lotus Blade, and eventually avenged his death shortly after witnessing one of her early childhood friends killed in front of her. It is time for her to finally reach the top of this tower and try to end things. In addition, it's time for her to equip that spirit necklace because this is the final boss. There is no other time to equip it, so make sure it is equipped before you come up these stairs. And enjoy all the light of that magic effect. Lady Rhea! Yunica? Well, if it isn't the Tova girl. Haha, I must admit, I'm surprised. I never expected a powerless child like you to be the first one up here. Cut the chatter, Dallas! Just release Lady Rhea and hand over the Black Pearl. I'm afraid I can't do that. They're both quite instrumental to my plans, you see. Your plans? You mean this ritual to make Solomon Shrine fall out of the sky? Why go to so much trouble to do that? What can you possibly gain from it? Oh, come now. Isn't it obvious? In order to make the demonic essence whole, I need the full power of the Black Pearl. And right now, most of that power is being used to keep your precious shrine aloft. Therefore, to gain my end, your kind must lose their wings, so to speak. Wait! So you're doing all of this, manning an army of demons, killing innocent people, and causing suffering on a massive scale, just so you can steal the power we're using to keep our holy shrine aloft? Well, when you put it that way, yes, that's the long and short of it indeed. You see, only the divine power of the goddesses is capable of controlling the Black Pearl. And since they're not particularly interested in redirecting their efforts, I'm left with but one course of action. You, and everyone who serves you, is a monster! Perhaps, but if so, I'm most comfortable in my monstrousness. And now, I must ever so delicately pluck your Lady Rhea's powers from her. Soon, the demonic essence will regain its perfect form. Like hell! I won't let you lay a finger on her! Oh! You're wasting your time. Remember, you're no sorceress. You're just a little girl blindly flailing around big sharp objects, and I am behind a very solid barrier. Yunica, don't! He's taken the demonic essence into himself. Even with your father's sword, you won't be able to touch him at all. No! Has it finally dawned on you just how weak you truly are? Perhaps I should give you a proper demonstration of my power, in case any doubt remains. This is what it means to be a Darkling. Oh, and he's just blasting her right in the face. Ugh. And he's got Earthshakers. Got it. Gah! Yunica! It ends here, Yunica Tova. You should have known better than to set foot in my circle. Your fate was sealed the moment you appeared before me. I bid you farewell. May the next life treat you more favorably. Oh! Quickly, hit it back. Okay, that thing's maybe a little bit too big to hit back. Against all odds, I made it all the way to the tower's summit. But now, it's all for nothing. I'm gonna die here. Dad, Roy, what do I do? hit it back! Or suddenly have a barrier? Did you burst? No, you have a holy shield. What? I'm alive? Sorry to have kept you waiting, Yunica. Reinforcements have arrived! My impressive that you made it all the way here on your own, though. You came! If you'd please, Rhea, we must gather our power and confer it upon Yunica. Of course! On your lead, Fina! Wing flapping! Ooh, the Crimson Lotus Blade has turned blue. The divine power of the goddesses. No, it's more than that. But how? Don't doubt yourself, Yunica. You've never once been powerless. You've always been strong. All of our wishes, our feelings, and our strengths, we now give to you. Take them with our blessing. I'm sorry, I see that, and all I can think is my hope, my love, my pain, and all of my sorrow. Shining Crimson Lotus Blade, I guess. Lady Rhea, Lady Fina. Yeah! That barrier's gone. Oh, it's no longer a Shining Crimson Lotus Blade. I did it! Impossible! Very well then. I will not allow my aspirations to be compromised by the likes of you. Behold, my true might! What's he doing? Watch out, Yunica. He's releasing the demonic essence within him. He intends to transform. Of course, it's a boss. The final boss. He has to transform. Ha ha! Behold, the perfect fusion of man and demon. May the sight forever burn itself into your eyes. And say hello to the final boss. With a very dramatic intro sequence. Everyone, say hello to Dallas. The Deranged. Just make sure you dodge things. I think I might actually want to be a little bit more aggressive against him. At least during the start. Meteors, they home in on where you were, so just keep moving. That thing, I don't know how to dodge. Ice, it's just like Kish Goals. Run away from it. Meteors, run from them. Don't get hit by them like I did. These target and... Ow! Wait, I jumped up on him. I didn't know I could do that. Hey! He's dead, only that was only phase 1. So now, we've got to damage the shield based off of what color it currently is. So if it's blue, use wind magic against it. If it's yellow, use lightning. And fire, use the Crimson Lotus Blades magic. But then once you do that, it opens up and we can go to town. And I'm going to start making use of this burst once I remember I've got it. Also, the color that he has determines what sort of attacks he's going to be doing. So, use that to your advantage. Or detriment, I'm not sure which. Basically, use it and react accordingly. And make sure you're not on the ground when ice lands. Ice hurts. Oh god, firefish! I had enough of this when I fight Dizzy. And yes, I am abusing burst as much as I can. That is yellow. Purple and yellow is yellow. I think they did that to help make it a little bit clearer that there's a barrier just for contrast purposes against the background. Alright, I might need to wait a little bit for some magic. Okay. We're doing good. Let's get this down. And phase 3. Now he has a bigger barrier, whereas we need to actually take care of these things on the side. Also, he has some really annoying attacks. Do not fall into that. That is a bad thing to fall into. It does a ton of damage to you. Unfortunately, he keeps on doing it. Okay, now maybe I can hit this thing. Because they are what's keeping his barrier active right now. Ow. Okay, I didn't see what the tell for that was, but you also don't want to get hit by that laser because it's really hard to get out of it. I feel like I'm doing more without that burst, actually. But rinse and repeat. Right now, well, I'm on low health, but, remember, we got that accessory. We've got 1 extra life. And with this guy having 3 faces, kind of why I suggested using it here. Okay, I think he's going to do his laser. Yep, he's doing his laser. So you kind of want to be near him so that you can dodge it. Okay, that didn't work well. You maybe not want to be near him, maybe on one side of him so that you can run to the other side when he does the laser. There we go. There we go. We were able to get behind him this time and dodge the laser of pain. Oh, that's doing more damage this time. Still not a ton, though. This actually just chunks him down more. Okay. Maybe instead of using burst on him... Oh, that's bad. Well, our accessory's gone, and now you get to see why I said, don't get hit by that thing. You just... There's nothing I can do. It's just take damage. So, be careful if you try to burst the heads. Because, yeah, you aren't actually locked in place. You just can't move. So the gravity well of that thing will, pull you in. Oh, you're doing... No. I know. Ah! There we go. The head was stopping me from getting close to him. Come on. There we go. Thank you, head, for finally getting away from him. Also, as a note, the head can go off of the arena, which you cannot. So that's another thing to watch out. There we go. Come on. Let's not need another cycle. And Dallas is out of here. So yeah, I'm really glad I had remembered to equip that accessory because otherwise we would have game overed. So, it comes to this. My ambitions foiled by worthless, pathetic, powerful humans. I'm sorry, powerless humans. You're wrong about us, Dallas. We may be weaker than you'd like, but we're not powerless by any means. Our weaknesses are what make us strong. They bring us together and help us complement one another with our individual strengths. And by working together, there's nothing we can't do. Such trite naivete. But I suppose you did defeat me with it. Just remember, humans and demons are like two sides of the same coin. Demons were born in the shadow of Issa's prosperity, after all. As long as humans desire that which remains out of reach, the demonic essence will never die. Our kind feeds off of yours. We will always return. So it shall be, for all eternity, inescapably. And he burned up. Ah! Yunica, please stand back. What you see before you is the demonic essence itself. Oh, okay. But what are you going to do with it? You just leave that to us. Fina, are you ready? I am. We're going to play it a song. And also resonate with it? And thus, the spell that was being cast from Darm Tower to try to pull Solomon Shrine back down to the surface is no more. The tower is powering down. You can just hear it basically going. Solomon Shrine is free. The floating island and the Master Emerald is safe again. Until Eggman shows up. Man, I enjoyed just how jagged the rocks where Solomon Shrine got pulled up from look. Because that makes sense, because it was just so violently ripped out from the ground. And more chunks of it are falling off. That can't be good. But with that, we have restored peace to what will become known as Asteria and the Kingdom of Ys. At least until the age of adult Christian. But enjoy this honestly very beautiful view from the top of Darm Tower. What? But I was really hoping we would all go back to the shrine together. Why do you have to stay on the surface? Yunica, we gave up our wings to seal away the demonic essence. And a goddess's wings aren't just a symbol of her power, but a vessel for her life's energies. Without them, our time is short. We're going to sleep soon, for a very, very long time. You're going to sleep? I'm afraid so. And there's something we're going to need you to do for us. The seal we've placed on the demonic essence is imperfect at best. Returning the Black Pearl to Solomon Shrine would be far too dangerous. Even keeping it here would be inviting calamity. Once we've drifted into sleep, both we and the Pearl must be entombed deep within the earth, far from human hands. You mean we're never going to see you again? You may. We will awaken someday. And when we do, I promise you'll be the first person we seek out. But you don't know when that'll be, or if I'll even still be around. I lost Dad, and I lost Roy, and now I'll be losing you too. I'm so sorry, Yunica. Please, don't cry. We understand your request, and we shall grant it. You may count on us, both in this and in all future affairs of state while you sleep. Thank you, Father Shion. When you return to the shrine, please tell the priests what has transpired here, and give them our fondest regards. Man, I don't envy you that task one bit. Breaking the news to the 6 priests won't be easy. Indeed, this will be a day remembered solemnly forevermore. Lady Rhea, Lady Fina, may I ask one final question? Dallas claimed that the demons would never be gone for good as long as we live. My first instinct was to dismiss that as an empty threat from a dying man, but on further consideration, I'm forced to wonder. He spoke the truth, I'm afraid. The demons are gone for now, but they will return one day. When that will be and what form they'll take, however, remains a mystery. I see. Should we prepare for that contingency, then? I don't think you'll need to. I have no doubt that when and if it happens, East will prevail. And we'll be there to make sure of it. To help make sure of it. It's time, Fina. Lady Rhea! Lady Fina! Such a sour face. Come on, Yunica. At least see us off with a smile. There's a lot for you to be happy about, after all. You found your own inner strength and shown bravery beyond the need for magic. We can't thank you enough for everything you've done. You've always been dear to us, Yunica, a true friend in every way. Please, promise us that even as we sleep, you'll always remember us fondly. You'll always think of us as friends, no matter what. Lady Rhea, Lady Fina. Of course. How could I ever think of you as anything but? Meowy kitties and sneezy kitties in the background. Sorry for that. But they have fallen asleep holding the pearl in basically the form that we see in East 1 and the end of East 2. And so, the crisis that had brought the land of East to the brink of annihilation was finally resolved, albeit impermanently. Yunica and the others enshrined the goddesses and the Black Pearl deep underground, just as promised. Afterwards, they began preparing to use their remaining magical energy for a return trip to Solomon's Shrine in the heavens. So, you're going to sleep too, huh? I guess it will be getting pretty lonely down here. When the goddesses awaken once more, then so too shall we. But until such time, I beg thee, bid me respite. Of course. Sleep well, Rhoda. Farewell, daughter of Tova. Farewell, youths of East. Is everyone prepared? What? We're leaving already? Yes, since the tower fell silent, Solomon's Shrine has again begun to rise. The farther it distances itself from the surface, the more difficult it will be to maintain transport. Our window of opportunity is small. I, too, hate to part with this land, but the fact remains, our place is in the shrine. There is nothing left for us here. You may proceed, Father Shion. Thank you. Dino, Aeolia, if you'd please. Yes, Father. Right away. Please, gather within the triangle we formed. Do as you did when we first came here. The procedure is largely the same. Yunica, what's wrong? Oh boy, I think I know where this is going. Well, we've been talking it over, and we've decided to stay here. What? Are you serious? I just hate to think of the goddesses being left down in that dark, dingy tomb, all alone and unprotected. I want to stay close to them and watch over them to make sure nobody disturbs their rest. I'd feel like I was abandoning them otherwise. That's a noble sentiment, but have you really thought this through? I mean, once we're gone, you may very well never see us again. This is your one and only chance to go home. Technically, this is just as much our home as Solomon Shrine. It's not only the goddesses we'd be abandoning if we left it. East has been thoroughly ravaged by the demons, and someone needs to take the first steps towards recultivating the land. Yeah, Yunica and I are completely behind Hugo on that. Someday, Solomon Shrine will find its way back to the surface. And when it does, we want to be here to meet you, and we want East to be as beautiful as it was back when we were little kids. We're gonna make this barren land shine again. After all, this is East. Our East. Well, I guess you really have thought it through. I don't think I've ever heard you four sound more determined. It seems we all have our parts to play. They're just on different stages. I hope our absence doesn't cause any undue difficulty for you. It's times like these I miss being a headstrong young man. Yunica Tova, Holy Knight of East, I have one final order for you before we depart. Sir? Watch over the goddesses on our behalf. We'll be much too far away to watch over them ourselves, after all. Yes, sir! It won't be easy down here, you know. I hope you're ready for some hardships. I will personally deliver the news of this decision to your families and loved ones, if I may. Thank you, Cecilia. That would be great. And don't worry, Ramona. We're ready for this. I don't know how I can ever repay you all for everything you've done. I'll miss you, and I'll never forget you. Come, our time is short. Dino, Aeolia, we must begin the spell. Yes, Father. Understood. And thus, they all spirited away back to Solomon Shrine. And with that, we have completed Yunica. More of the shrine is falling apart. What the heck? Man, I'm surprised at how much of that thing collapsed, and I kind of wonder how many people just fell off with those shards. But regardless, with that, we have completed Yunica's story through East Origins. Again, as I said before, this is not actually the canon story. I feel as though there has to be some canon parts to it, such as I feel as though Yunica finding the Crimson Lotus Blade is canon to her story. I feel as though Yunica confronting Kishgol and defeating him is canon to the overall story. And possibly a little bit with her finding Rhea in Rado's Annex, I think might also be canon. However, the majority of the canon comes from the third character's story, and the second character, Hugo's story, again, doesn't have anything that's necessarily... It has some things that are definitely canon, but it's hard to determine what's canon, what exactly is canon, because as you, I will go through and I will play this game with the others, but it's going to be done very differently from this one, because each playthrough is largely the same. You go through the exact same tower map, you fight almost the exact same bosses, and the puzzles are largely the same. There's a few tweaks here or there because people get different movement abilities, such as I don't think Hugo or the third person gets the floating wind attack like what Yunica did, but they get something different instead, which lets them access some other areas, but doesn't let them access all the areas that Yunica is able to access. But that will be done later. Like I said, I'll be doing that very differently. I haven't exactly determined how I'll do it. I'll definitely have the start of the games be the same, but after that and showing off the different playstyles of both of them, and possibly showing off the unique Rue dialogue, I'm not positive on that part, because the Rues do say different things depending on which person you're talking to them with. The other things I might show off, honestly, would largely just be the significantly different cutscenes, or the significantly different cutscenes and the boss battles. Just because, even though the bosses are largely the same, the way you handle them is different because all three characters do play very differently from each other. And hey, Silver Sword left at the base of the Rhoda tree, which is very strange, because we never encountered a Silver Sword. But, as it says, to be continued, because you need to do the other routes. But, with that, we will be ending East here for now. As always, thank you all very much for watching, and take care.